The consumption of fossil fuels, oil and gas, and nuclear power are having a huge impact on our environment, climate, health and well-being, economy, social life, and stability. Global demand for renewable energy is growing, and global renewable energy production in 2022 was up to 28%. According to the International Energy Agency, renewable share of the power mix is forecast to reach 38% over the forecast period, thus surpassing coal and becoming the largest source of electricity by 2027. Solar photovoltaic energy needs the light of the sun and extended surfaces for the panels, but solar energy is not a 24/7 resource. Wind energy requires lots of wind and large wind turbines, which cannot be installed everywhere, and wind is very discontinuous in many geographical areas. Hydropower is an ancient and efficient energy generator, but needs rivers or lakes, large infrastructural installations, and usually requires changing the environment to divert and channel water flow. Energy power from sea waves is still in development, but the sea is also not easily accessible in many geographical inland areas. Energy storage is also a major problem for the environment, as the waste produced is not easily or safely disposed of. Battery production uses raw materials available only in some countries and is highly polluting in production and once consumed. Today, we'd like to introduce you to a disruptive solution that solves many problems and is based on water, our largest natural resource. It is environmentally friendly, 100% sustainable, and allows scaled installations to be distributed to everyone, everywhere. Introducing OXHY, a new super green technology that will revolutionize the world of energy consumption whilst offering so many sustainable benefits. OXHY is a team of scientists, engineers and innovators who have been inspired by living life forms to explore a new solution to generate electricity using water. Bacteria have existed for billions of years on our planet, and water has been the main component in every living creature ever since. And small electrical currents are generated in water for all living species. Following many years of research in the physics of matter, Roberto Germano has discovered the OXHY hydroelectric effect to extract current from water using environmental heat. The OXHY effect uses heat and infrared radiation as an energy source instead of using photons of light, like in the photovoltaic effect, and relies on water as a semiconductor instead of silicon to generate a current. Infrared radiation energy surrounds us all, which means OXHY cell productivity also works in the dark and becomes even stronger with higher temperatures. Imagine the revolutionary benefits we could all enjoy if we could produce energy just by using the heat of your room at 20 degrees Celsius. That would be a huge solution to our energy needs. You're probably asking yourself, but is it really possible? The answer is a resounding yes. Roberto Germano, alongside Vittorio Elia, have carried out multiple experimental tests that have also been patented in Italy for the extraction of electrical energy from water based on the OXHY hydroelectric effect, the repeatable results of which have been proven fact. So how does it work? In a photovoltaic cell, electricity is generated by the light that moves electrons in a semiconductor, usually silicon, to generate the current. In the OXHY cell, it is the heat of an infrared spectrum that moves the electrons by using distilled water as a semiconductor with a polymer in it. How much electricity could potentially be produced? An experiment made with a water cell length of 35 millimeters generated 1/1,000,000th of a watt. The next development step was to reduce the cell size to 1 cubic millimeter, which generated the same power. This meant 1 cubic meter of cells would generate 1 kilowatt. With this new OXHY cell size, 3 cubic meters of cells would generate an equivalent to a tennis court full of PV panels in the sun. But with the added advantage that OXYCell works 24/7 and you don't need to place the panels on the roof and wait for the sun. You could place the cells in a wall 5 meters long, 3 meters high and 20 centimeters thick and use normal environmental temperatures to generate power. According to the quantum physics effect, the size of the cell can be scaled down to very small sizes, so we anticipate nanotechnology in development to boost the total energy output. OXY's goal is to produce cells that can last for at least 20 years. OXYCell is a much cheaper technology than PV panels and can be applied everywhere without the need of sunlight by simply using all the heated energy that surrounds us. The energy market is a very large market, and OXHY has identified energy harvesting devices as the strongest entry-level application of its technology. Energy harvesting means taking energy from external sources and utilizing it accordingly. For example, our computer produces heat when working, so taking this heat and converting it into electricity is a harvesting application. Our mobile phone consumes battery to function, but if we take environmental heat and convert it into electricity, we can recharge the phone without connecting to the network. Another example is the data center that needs to cool down machines, and all that heat could be converted into electricity. The energy harvesting market is still in its infancy, but it is expected to grow steadily in the coming years. There are multiple drivers in this market, but the one we will be focusing on is microelectronics. We are talking of a multi-billion market that needs innovations like this one. OXYCell is a new technology that can revolutionize the market and generate highly profitable dividends to its investors. So, who are the team behind this new OXHY technology? OXHY's co-founders are Roberto Germano, CTO, condensed matter physicist. Since the year 2000, he has been conducting quantum physics research on the properties of water that led him to discover the OXHY hydroelectric effect. Francesco Tuccinardi, CEO, aeronautical engineer with a strong background and experience in business administration and technology transfer. Graziano Terenzi, COO, tech pioneer, startup entrepreneur and researcher with a relevant expertise in emerging technologies. Currently, there are no known competitors that are using water to produce cells such as OXHY, but other large companies are using technology to recover electricity, for example from the elements, mechanical movements or kinetic energy. The big advantage of infrared radiation is that it is a continuous source which is currently not used, just wasted. OXHY has received expressions of interest from well-known players, not only in the sector of microelectronics, but also in the energy and utilities sector, such as NLX. Today, OXHY is on the TRL4 stage, the technology readiness levels defined by the European Commission. That means technology validated in the lab. The roadmap is to improve the patented strategy alongside the miniaturization of the industrial prototype. Then the first wave of large-scale development, to then scale up to adjacent market segments. The pre-seed of €4.5 million will allow the increase of the team across the company's different functions, ranging from engineering, research and development, to marketing and management, with a total team of 31 specialists. The team will build the first industrial prototypes within 18 months and then start producing and selling the products, thus generating income. Priority is given to seeding partners interested in developing a specific application in the microelectronic industry to produce a positive cash flow from year 4. We have already attracted interest from many micro-investors for a total of €500,000, who mainly for ethical reasons believe in this new frontier of energy production based on water. We need more help to find macro investors that can partner with us to develop OXYCell for a better, sustainable, energy-consuming world in the near future. Discover more about the power of water. Visit oxhy.it. Together, we are OXHY.